What's up, you guys? Here we go. Out of this batch of hides I'm doing. So, this is what we got. We got the river otter. Got the fur side out right now. Um, we're just going live right now. Just getting everything, getting the camera put in place and hooking it up to my monitor so I can see all of the good comments. We are going to get started. As soon as it pops up on my screen, then I will now adjust everything where it needs to be. Okay. Now I'm hoping you get more of the, here we go, kind of get some of this stuff in there. Okay. Cool. Alright guys. Welcome to the live stream. And we're going to be talking hide tanning. Or whatever you want to talk about, really. So, let me get my stuff on. A little stretch. Alright. Kind of getting set up right here. Just all the things that I need. Scott, what's up, man? I'm on, bro. I'm glad you're here. Go ahead and get my flushing knife cleaned up a little bit. I was pretty late last night getting done, so it kind of just dipped out. Dang, I haven't been on in a minute. JG, I totally remember. It has been a minute. Not much, man. We're just getting some stuff. Look, you see these hides back in here? Those are from Africa. Those are zebras and some other stuff I can't pronounce. I don't know what, I really don't even know what they are. Someone brought them to me, but it wasn't the guy that harvested those animals. So, I'm supposed to be getting in contact with him today. Hopefully I'll know more about what's going on with those. So, super hot here, guys. So it's not too hot right now. It's actually feeling decent. I'm gonna stick a fan on here real quick so my camera doesn't overheat. Just a second. Hopefully this doesn't mess with the audio too much. Always worried about that audio. Okay. Okay, so here's our river otter. Absolutely crazy. And is that an otter? Yep, we got an otter right here. And it's not a huge otter. The one I did last night was a freaking giant, not as big as a good sized coyote. Awesome, thank you, JG. Alright, so with doing these river otter, I've been noticing the areas on that take me the longest, and that's going to be this tail, and going to be a couple areas around the face. So I think what we're going to do is just go ahead and knock them out. That way we can just flesh the hide for the rest of the time. And I end up doing a lot of back and forth on it, and not really interested in doing that. So I'm just going to leave this hide right here, and with the fur out still, I wonder if I can kind of maneuver this hide to where it will sit still, like that right there. Kind of tuck it back up in here. Yeah, that ought to work. And I'm gonna, while I'm doing the tail, I will adjust the camera so we can see it all. Okay. There we go. Man, we got hides. We got hides on hides on hides on hides. We got stuff to do. But I had a guy bring me a pretty good amount of otter hides, so we're going to go through them. This makes number 5 right here. So we got 8 otters to go, and he's also got 2 raccoons. Tina asked me for this. What's up? Welcome to the live stream. Yep, wait a minute. I've been doing some live streams like the past few days, so I try to get into them every chance I get. Every chance I get. So on these otter hides, it's similar to a beaver tail. Like the tailbone will run through it, but on either side of the tailbone, there's these large like tubes of fat, and they're like just all in there. And so it's kind of hard to flesh it because the skin, it makes the skin round up. So what I like to just go ahead and do is just take a razor blade and just cut out the bulk of it, and at least get the tail to lay flat. And then I'm going to pull out my mini flesher, and we will clean it up really, really good. See how that kind of lays flat? This one split it down the middle. We're going to do that over here on this side too. So guys, if you're new to the live stream, basically feel free to put any comments, feel free to ask questions. I'm basically just doing this and just explaining what I'm doing as I do it. That way, you know, you can understand what I'm doing if you don't already know. So yeah, I think I like the idea of just knocking the tails out real quick. And the head, and then just going through and fleshing the body real quick. So I'm basically just taking this razor blade and I'm just filleting this fat off. I'm not trying to get super close to the skin right now. I'm just taking the bulk of it off. I'm carefully doing it. I don't want to cut the tail. I mean, just about every animal you do, you have, you know, part of it that's like the signature part. In this case of an otter, is the type of tail that they have. You don't want to mess that up. And the face too. So those are the things that kind of take a bit of time in doing this. So that's why we're going to just knock it out first thing. Alright, so I split that tube of fat there, just filleted off one side. Now we're going to come in here, the other side that I split. So we'll come in here and just fillet this crap off. Off The reason why I'm not taking so much off with the razor blade, because I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm going to be going over all of it with my mini fleshing machine, or my mini fleshing tool. So that's what's going to be cleaning up most of it. I just want to get a bunch of this out of its way. Kind of an awkward angle right here. Another thing with that mini flesher is it kind of just, it'll cut through all this fat, but it just spews a bunch of it out, because you know there's oils and stuff in this fat. So you're going to definitely want to get rid of as much as you can. Alright, so that's opened up and good enough for what we need it to be. Part of this tail is not opened up, so I'm going to reach over here. I'm going to grab my little tail zipper, stick it in there. It's got a razor blade in it. Just pull it down, and it will open it up the rest of the way. Alright. Let me get this extension cord. This is the mini flexor. This is what helps you get in a real tight spot, and just takes a little off at a time and does a great job. We're going to get after it. Sometimes stuff will get caught up in it just like it has now. Sometimes I can just reach in there and pull it out. Dang it. Yeah, I don't like taking it apart if I don't have to. There it goes. When if you're ever going to use one of these, you just got to put a little tension in it. Oil? No, there's a piece of fat that's stuck in it, binding up that blade. Tip of the tail is kind of tricky with this. Super tight spot. Thought of a new name for this tool. This tool right here is called the Scalp Your Ass 5000. Oh, dude. Pardon my language. Alright. So the tail has been fleshed. Does a pretty good job. So, and my shoelace has been thin and untied. Now we'll take a razor blade, and the fat is just kind of hanging off to the side here, we'll just cut it off. Get rid of it. Cleaning up these edges here. Alright, now we're going to press off some of this leftover oil on here. I'm just going to lay it out. I want to use the dull side of my fleshing knife. Gray Wolf, what are you working on? I got a otter hide. We just fleshed the tail. I just started off fleshing the tail on this thing. So now we're just kind of scraping it to get some fat off of it. Or leftover oils and crap like that. We'll go ahead and turn this thing inside out. Trying to get as much fat off, hopefully all of it off, if we can help it. Give it a little wipe down. little piece of something right here I can just go ahead and zip off real quick. We'll make sure that tail's cleaned up. You know, it's the backside of this skin is gonna show big time on this tail, so we want to make sure we've gotten it all off. And that's why I want to do the face and the tail first, because you know it has the most amount of detail work in it. So go ahead and knock that out. So okay, our tail's done. Totally different. Alright, so we'll put the otter hide on the fleshing board. I just grab these arms right here, put my thumbs in here and just give it a little tug. And I'm actually going to rotate it a little bit. I'm going to work on these ears. Then we're going to go down to the eyes and we'll go down to the nose. And what I'm going to do to help this thing not dry up on me while I'm up on this face, I'm just going to fold it up on itself. Just about like that. So now I just got the face right here. You guys, it's gonna, you know, it's hard for me to get the camera right on it and everything, but I'm gonna talk through it. And we're gonna try to knock this part out fairly quickly, and then I plan on getting to the fleshing, and I'm actually just going to take my apron off for this. If I don't have to wear it, I won't. Alright, get to take a seat. Pretty much what I'm doing is I'm going to grab the membrane around about 1 inch away from the ear bulb. Alright, and then I'm going to work my way around it and bring it all up to the ear. I actually start by just cutting through the membrane about 1 inch away from the ear and just work my way to the top of the membrane, or to the top of the ear bulb, sorry. Just cutting through the membrane to the skin and also to the cartilage of the ear bulb. Alright, once I get up there, then from that point, I'll take it and work around it. And I'm just peeling the membrane, I'm peeling off a little bit of muscle that's here. And just clean it up. Might have to stand up just a little bit. Really like that muscle that's kind of around the ear. It goes all the way down to the eye. And so we're going to go ahead and reach down there and take that off as well. This face is what takes a pretty long time to do. You know, in the grand scheme of the entire process. It's a lot of time is focused on such a small area. And just because there's so much detail in this area. I'm just pulling on it and cutting where it shows the seam. So now we're making our way around to here. And I'll just go ahead and cut that bulb off, and our ear is fairly cleaned up. While I'm here, I'll go ahead and get on this eye. You've got some whiskers right beside the eye. We have got a membrane that surrounds the entire eyelids, inner eyelids. And you want all that to come off. That doesn't do anything to make around the eyes super hard. So kind of a booger to get off, but we're going to do it. Never want to cut too deep or cut a slit in the corners of the eyes, just because it makes the face look real funky. As soon as I get done with this face, man, I'm going directly into fleshing the body of this hide. Being so careful around these eyes, because the guy skinning them did a really good job on them. So I do not want to cut into them and that. Alright, this side of the face, we've got the ears done, we've got the eye done over here. Kind of clean up this top just a little bit. Most of the face I'm going to do a really good job cleaning it after I pickle it. But we're going to do a pretty decent job right now. I want to get this snugged on here just a little bit better. I just have the head exposed just because I don't want to dry it a whole lot. Man, y'all snuck up on me. But I looked up and I had like 5 people on here, and now I got 75. That's what's up. Glad to, or 65, sorry. Glad to have y'all on here. And if y'all like what I'm doing, man, please double tap the screen and hook me up with a like. I helps my videos out a whole lot. Big time. Alright, so we're alright, now we're going to work on taking this the lip line off, and we're going to remove the cartilage out of the nose. Once we get done with this, y'all, it's a home stretch. I mean, we're going to be fleshing this hide, and we'll just be knocking it out as best as we can. And I'll be explaining everything I'm doing while I'm doing it. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to focus, I'm working on the right side, my right, your left. Byler, pure one. I don't know. This is an otter. Alright. We're going to end up removing the cartilage out of his nose. But right now, we're going to clean up around this whisker pad, because on a otter it's super thick. So we don't want that. Clean this thing up. Big old thick pad, they got a lot of muscle here. You don't want to cut through those whiskers and lose any whiskers. See, you haven't lost any whiskers. Don't want to lose no whiskers on this one. Again, this is one of the more prominent features of a otter, is all the whiskers that they have. And it's the very front of the face, right on the nose, the mouth. I mean, a lot of detail right here. And this is gonna, how we dress this animal, and is really gonna dictate the end result. So I know I want a soft skin. I want the face to be soft as well. And so this is what we have to do in order to achieve that goal. That's what we're doing. Taking our time. We got time. We're going to do it. So what I'm doing, I'm just going all the way to the corner of that lip line. We're going to rotate this hide a little bit. Again, this is the more detailed part of this job. It's probably, most definitely the most time consuming. But in the end, it's totally worth it. If you've ever tanned a pelt, you might get the skin pretty pliable, but then you just got this hard face, like the face is just super hard. And it's not very pleasant, not very appealing. So we're not going to experience that on this side. Alright, so we've got it. We've got the lips, the gum line or lip line, whatever you want to call it, off. And so now we're just going to go around and carefully cut off the excess. Cut off what was trimmed. We want to leave the outer lining of the mouth, but we don't want this excess that came from the inside. Come back over. If you missed anything, just come back over and take it off. Such a tedious task. I mean, just such small little cuts and yeah, crazy. Alright, so we've got the right side of the face pretty well done, except for this. There's this whisker pad up. It's really important to get these whiskers, these little whisker pads exposed, because when you go to tan it, if you leave this stuff on there, that portion of the skin, the whisker pad, will get really stiff, and you'll have membrane and fat and everything drying up on it and pulling that skin every which direction. And that just causes those whiskers to just kind of flare out, you know, and just kind of go in a random direction, but they have a uniform shape to them, like the direction that the brain to the whiskers. So you want to have it exposed pretty good so that the skin can actually get tan there and the hide can relax. So an otter's whisker hair follicles, the whisker bulbs, they're pretty prominent. They really stick out and show. So anyway, that's the right side of the face cleaned up. So now we're going to move over to the left side of the face. And we will start once again at the ear. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Now let's just stick it. Almost done with his face. Fixing to done with this part. I normally do the face last on all my pelts, I think I'm going to start just knocking them out right in the beginning. Do them last because I dread doing them, but who knows? Maybe doing them first would be a good thing. Alright, so our ear's cleaned up, and we have it working down towards the eye. Going over some whisker pads here. Okay, I'm going to focus on this membrane on this eye here. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, and I apologize for that. Don't really know of a good way to get a solid camera angle on this. I've tried in the past and it just didn't really work out too well. Sweet. Making headway, y'all. Alright. Now we're going to work our way around the face into the whisker pads, down here by the nose, and down into the lips. We're going to take off the gum line just like the other side. And then we'll move into like fleshing this whole entire body of this thing with the fleshing knife. That's going to go a lot quicker. Girl Ava, what's up? Fleshing that otter hide here. Just working on this face right now, getting this super detailed part out of the way. Trying to cut through this whisker pad here without cutting off the whiskers. Very slow process, but we're going to get into some faster motion. Get a little momentum right here as soon as I'm done with these lips and just taking the cartilage out of his nose. a lot of muscle in here, so I'm just really being careful not to cut too deep into the whiskers, and also trying to get all this muscle off with this razor blade. A lot of like tendons in here, small little tendons that control this otter's front part of his face. Yeah, this is just something right here. I just take my time on this part, man. I mean, there's so much room for error that there's just no point in going fast. Oh, no, I don't. At some point, I plan on it. Right now, I'm just getting my name out. Right now, I'm just painting hides for people. And providing some high tandem services. And then once I got, a good reputation and everything's going well, then I'm sure I'll get out and do some trapping, and start selling my furs. Right now, if I try to sell fur just to like the public, I just sit on them for a long time. Take forever for people to buy them, but hopefully, if I can get like a shop or some kind of building or whatever, and have a little lobby out front or something like that, and I can put some fur out for sale, and website one day, man. I got big dreams, y'all. I'm trying to do this, but hopefully one day, man. One day. All right. Pretty much. Take this big chunk off right here. I think we'll move on. Alright, so we'll cut off this excess now. Alright, so now we're just going to take out the cartilage, and then we'll be done with the face for now. I will go back and hit the face up after I pickle this hide, and just get off any remaining anything. I'm gonna go around this cartilage. Ours have a weird, well, a different setup on their cartilage in their nose. It kind of mushrooms out. What I've been noticing. Mushrooms out once you get into it a little bit. Going to apply a little bit of pressure on the inside of the nose and pull it. And you get it. And we'll cut it out. Alright. Then I just split the nostrils down the center of the septum. All the way through the cartilage. Get a little snip. Over here on the other side, do the same thing. Be careful that we don't go through the nose on the other side. Derek, yeah, similar to a beaver, but this here is an otter. A river otter. So there's the nose right there. Zero cartilage, just skin. Alright, so, good deal. Finally, let me get some water. Alright. Now we're going to get into the fun part here. What I think is the fun part. We'll get that head on there real good like that. Just how it's stretched down here. And I'm keeping it rolled up because I don't want it to dry out on me. And I'm going to put a little water on this thing right now. And we'll get the camera tilted back up just a little bit. Just a second. Now, let's get after it. Try to get this thing centered up just in the hair. And we're just going to make some soft cuts to get it started. Some slices, that's what we're doing, we're slicing this thing. Do a little bit on that face right here. So what I'm doing is I'm just slicing this thing as I go down it, and then I'll take my dull side and I'll scrape it to get any remaining fat. I forgot to cut this bulb off with this ear here. Once we get it started around the head, around the top of the neck, we'll get rolling with it. We just got to get around these ears real quick. Just put a small little hole in there, man. That's my bad. Dang it, dang it. Let me get my, I'm gonna hit my blade now. Y'all have to forgive me. I'm coming in a little slow today. Alright, here we go. Walk around that hole right there we just made, I just made. Right here around the neck, there's this real kind of a thick, slimy substance. Kind of hard to work with. Seems like once I get past this on these otters, I can go a little bit faster. This otter here has some thin skin. So there's this real thick membrane that I can see on here, around the neck. Really trying to make sure that I'm able to get that off. We're getting there, starting to get down the neck and get more on the back. That's the good place right there, is get on the back. Scotty, what the heck? This is what real men do. I'm just playing. This is what I do. I'm fleshing an otter hide. Fleshing an otter hide. I love those reactions though. What the F? It's better than some of the other weird crap you see on YouTube lives, man. There's some weird stuff going on out there, y'all. I'm just trying to bring something good to the table, man. That's all. You know what I'm talking about. Nah, we're asking for money. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, I didn't see that, man. Can I have $20 cash, please? I'm poor. I'm poor too, man. Cannon Hides. What's up, Omar? Sorry about that, Scotty. I didn't see it. I mean, I got my Cashapp on here, but I'm working. I mean, I'm getting paid for this, but you know, sometimes it's nice to have donations for actual work. trying to get some more hide cam equipment. Stuff's expensive, man. I'm trying to start a savings account, but man, nowadays you almost can't even do that. Appreciate it, Scotty. Working our way down the back of this thing. Sorry guys, my camera overheated on me. A little warm out here. Alright, we're gonna fix that. It always overheats on me. This is summertime here where I'm at. I'm here to tell you. It'd be freaking hot. It's like you try to make try to make quick work of tanning these hides, but you're only gonna go so fast at it. So do the best you can do. I'm rigging up something real quick. Sorry for the delay. Alright, are we back? What's up, two brothers? We're back. We got good angles and everything. Cool. Alright, we'll cut this excess off. You see, I like that we've already done the tail. I've already flushed the tail on this, so we're just going to work our way down here and rotate the hide. So far we've done the face, we've worked our way down, and that's just what we're going to do from this point on. Once we get all the way down, we'll rotate the hide, pull it back up, work down it again. Now we'll have to work around the arms and certain parts of the back legs are kind of a booger to take care of, but we're gonna get it. How do you remember me, two brothers? My name was C. the Beast. Man, it seems familiar from like maybe one of my first few live streams, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a little while, hasn't it? See the Beast. Man, so many names. I remember a lot of people, but I have to see. If you change your YouTube name, then it's definitely going to be hard for me to remember. But nevertheless, man, glad you're back. Two brothers, you were flushing a deer. Now this is an otter right here. Yeah, that's too small for deer. No worries, man. So as I'm slicing this thing, I'll cut a bunch of it off. I'll take my dole and flip it upright and just scrape it. And so what that's doing is giving me an opportunity to take off any remaining membrane and any fat that's left on it, or fat that's just in the skin itself. We'll just push it right out. Yeah, you can, man, I'll tell you, you can really do a good job with a flushing knife. I looked over this tool for a long time, and I honestly wish I'd have gotten a hold of it a lot sooner. Like always, we will, how long does it take to do one hide? For me, one of these otter hides, depending on the size, I mean, definitely 2 hours for me. Some people are a lot faster at flushing hides than I am. I'm pretty slow at it because I spend a lot of time cleaning up the faces and around the eyes. Like I split the ear, I didn't split the ears on this one because I don't do them at all on otters because their ears are so small. There's really no point. But I do spend a lot of times on the face. The tail takes a minute for me to do. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I put in some time on these. But, you know, if you do that, you'll have a great end result. Like super soft hide. Everything you want out of a hide, you can absolutely get it. Just taking your time on the fleshing. Average, yeah, average. Yeah, okay, yeah, 100%. Takes me a long time to flesh it. Sucks. I wish I could try to get faster at it. You know, definitely can get faster at it. These are some pretty decent sized otters right here, but so y'all, you can see what we've done. You know, we've from here all the way down to here. So now we're just going to rotate it. Yeah, it takes me a long time to flesh a hide, man. I ain't fast at it at all. But I do a good job at it. I know that 100%. At least come up with a good end result. Just a second, guys. That's something I gotta do. Get a fan on my camera. Have you got that machine that you wanted to get? I think you said it was called a staker. No, not yet. I'm trying to get it. Costs a little bit of money. I've, you know, trying to get to a place where I can get it. I put my Cashapp information in the for anybody that would, you know, feel like they could donate. I'm not asking. I'm not out here just asking for money. But if anybody did want to donate to this little business, then sure would help. It's in my description. But and that's just one of the ways that I'm going to try to possibly be able to afford the some of the tools that I need that are really going to help me out. Yeah, dude, I tell you, if I didn't worry about the faces as much as I do, it cut like, I don't know, definitely cut like 40 minutes off of my time. I spent some time on faces. Something that I've always been big about, or at least I am now, is making sure that I get some faces super soft. So yeah, I mean, if you didn't prioritize the faces, like I'm doing, then you could take that 2 hours and just cut it in half, basically. Because I mean, to flesh one in an hour, that's not a terrible thing. Not terrible. I don't know. I'm sure there's people that can do it heck of a lot faster. Hopefully one day I will too. Still, well, I gotta get this thing sharp. like and subscribe, chat. Yes, please do. Just hit me up with a like. And if you really like it, please subscribe. Thank you, brothers. Coming around that hole I made earlier, I want to carefully work around it. Guys, if you're wondering, this fleshing knife here, I got it off of Amazon, and it is a Weedy Pro fleshing knife, 12-inch fleshing knife. It has a sharp side, and then I don't know, it has a dull side too. And so when I'm slicing like this, I get through an area, I'll go through and scrape it, get off any excess meat, fat stuff. Helps me out a lot. Hey, the tiniest little hole right here, but it'll be okay. $159. Does anybody in the chat bow hunt white-tailed deer? You get bow hunt white-tailed deer. Let me know. Alright, so now we're going to work up on this arm. We're going to, actually we're just going to come right here and work this whole thing down. Maybe a little bit more. When I do that, I feel like one of those, two brothers, yeah, I bow hunt, but don't live in America. Well, that's cool. Where do you bow hunt? I feel like one of those paper slicers, you know, you just pull the handle and it slices it for you. Ha 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 ha. That's what I feel like when I do this. I hunt springbuck in South Africa. It's the same size as here. That's cool. I have some African animals right here. I haven't ever seen those before. I got something called a sable. You know what a sable is? And then I've got this. What is this? Guy brought me these today. What is that? They've been tanned already, but the taxidermist, the tanner didn't do a good job. So I have to revive those for him. He wants to get them mounted. But yeah, we have to do a little research. I haven't directly talked to the guy. They actually used a middleman to get those to me, and he's supposed to communicate with me later. And I guess he'll tell me what everything is, but I guess he goes to Africa and places and hunts all these animals, so it's cool. You never know what you'll get around here doing this. What's up, you guys? Thank y'all for watching. If you like what you're watching, please hit that like button for me. I really appreciate it. Again, it helps me out so much. Helps these videos out, motivates me. If you really like, subscribe, man, because we're doing this all the time. It's a high tannin party over here all of the time. About to do a lot of hunting videos soon, so it looks like a gym spot. Man, I don't know what that is. I'm excited to get it done. I got to rehydrate it, and then I appreciate that. Two Brothers RC. I'm gonna rehydrate it soon. I'm gonna get it open. I'm probably gonna do some YouTube shorts and maybe a YouTube, just a video about it. So plan on doing that. As soon as this guy gives me a call, I probably will get started on it. He's going to tell me exactly what he wants done with him, which, I mean, you know, I have a general idea of what, you know, he probably wants done with him. But he doesn't want me to get started on him until the 2 black stripes on the other side. Yeah. Probably it then, huh? I got a zebra over there too. It's just a cape, so I have a zebra cape. Never done one of them, but it's gonna be an easy job though, because they're already tanned. They just weren't oiled or they weren't oiled and softened. But honestly, I believe they were for, you know, to be wet tanned so they could be mounted. And I think there was some sort of confusion on that, and they dried up and just got hard. So he just wants me to soften them. So that's what I'm going to do. So definitely going to make some videos about some African animals, because that's, you know, that's crazy. I ain't never done nothing like that. Never seen nothing like that before. So I'm pretty anxious to get started on over here is exotic animals. Exotic. Alright guys, I'm just going around this arm right now. Spots that I'm not going to be able to hit with the fleshing knife, so I'm just coming around here. The arm really don't matter too much. Still want to get all the fat off of it. But you can see zebra have a lot of fat. Yeah, this one has fat on it still, even though it's been tanned. So I'm going to have to go back over it and just get off any excess fat and stuff like that. And yeah, never would have thought zebra were fatty animals. Well, I guess they are, huh? You got a zebra carpet. That's cool, man. Alright, there's one arm. We'll go ahead and just flesh around this arm real quick. Do you tan hides, Big Brothers? On them I have, yeah. Do you tan hides, Big Brothers? Just hunt? That's cool. Yeah, I like hunting for sure. We're fixing to have bow season. And all the deer that we have here, there's elk here. But I don't go hunt them. I just hunt white-tailed deer. These otters, they have a lot of fat on them. I'm trying to make sure that I get all of it off. No, the elk are just not in my area. Like they're in, like a little bit up north from me, and you gotta have these permits and all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to mess with all that. You know what I mean? If they were right in the backyard, I'd hunt them. Or if they were on some of these hunting sanctuaries that we got, I'd hunt them. But oh, I love to hunt. I would. there's just not a lot of them here. They were completely gone from where I'm at. But then, like the wildlife management, game and fish around here, game and fish, and all the wildlife managers, they've been bringing them back for several years, and you can hunt them now. You got to drive like an hour or two, and I'm not going to do all that. I'm really kind of unfamiliar of exactly where they are, so I'm sure it's something I'm going to do one day. Yep. Scott, yes, I have tanned elk hide. Sure have. I've only gotten a hold of one of them, but like I got this big bison right here. For me, that's as big and as tough as it's going to get, you know, for the most part. Unless I get, you know, I don't know, like a fresh hide from Africa. They got some Cape buffalo. That's probably some of the thickest skin that I would ever get a hold of. But yeah, I've done an elk. And just a big old deer hide, the skin is kind of still it behaves and reacts and softens the same way as just a white-tailed deer hide. Pretty good hide to work on. Deer hides in general, they soften well. Very good hide to work with. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all. Little tiny nick right there. I don't make a bunch of them, but I hate when I do though. Barely nick that skin. It's so thin right here. It ain't even fun. I don't know if you can see that. Tiniest little nick in the skin. Not out here trying to do that, but overall we're doing pretty good on the quality of this thing. Two brothers even are also big, taller buffaloes. Dang, man, I tell you, I can't even imagine what it's like to see something freaking big like that. Man, Trumpy, what's up? It's all good, bro. How you doing, man? Good to see you again. You know, we're just back at it over here. So I'm getting here on the end. I'm just trying to push it all off as much as I can with my dull side. We'll get here with the razor blade and kind of get some of this off. Instead of fighting with this leg, I'm just going to take me a razor blade and just work off this membrane and fat right here on the back leg. I really want this thing to be super clean on the back leg. What's up, Carter? How you doing? Aiden, how's it going? Glad you guys are here. This is always some membrane right here that doesn't want to come off. It's my super close to the skin. I don't think it's going to pose major issues, like really thin is what I'm trying to say. I'm not really going to worry about it too much at all. Super detail oriented on these hides. I was really adamant about getting everything off of it, like the first fleshing, and that way I don't have to stop and like go over much of anything once I start the tanning process. And that's, you know, that's a good thing. I mean, it takes me a long time, 2 hours. Yeah, about 2 hours per hide. Yep. Like your brother said, yeah, it'll take me a minute. This isn't a huge otter right here. But see, so I have this side I got to run down. You see that a little better? All right, then we got this side we got to run down, and then we'll be just totally done with it. But if you can see, I mean, we're smooth on the skin. I mean, we're not taking any shortcuts, are we? We're freaking taking our time. We're getting this done. But like I told two brothers earlier, a lot of the time that take on this is when I'm cleaning up the face. That's a lot of detail work, and that takes me a little bit of time to do. Definitely not a super quick process. Not as quick as I would like for it to be, but what's up? How y'all doing? How you doing, man? Welcome, 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 welcome. So I'll go through here and clean up this bottom lip, man. And I'm trying to get this thing totally down to the skin. So it doesn't have to take 2 hours. You know, it's just, you know, it depends on how clean of the skin you want, you know. And that's how long it's going to take you. The more clean you want the skin, the longer it's going to take you to do. And I'm trying to get it incredibly cleaned up. So again, I'm slicing the fat off, and then when I get done slicing, I'm just taking my dull side and I'm pushing it off. Thanks, two brothers. I appreciate you being here. Hey, good night, man. Thank you for watching. Yep, we're just working our way down. Working our way down this otter pelt here. Shoot, we're like on the stomach right now. Right on the edge of the belly. Pretty thin skin. Really watching the angle of my flushing knife here. Sharpen up my blade here a little bit. Blue-eyed oracle. You love my channel name? Thanks. Yeah, tan your hide. I'm gonna tan your hide. I literally am. I'm gonna tan your hide. Bring me a hide, I'll tan it. I just cut a small hole in there laughing at that. That's my bad. That's funny though. I'm gonna tan your hide. Glad you like it. So we're getting there. Believe it or not, we're getting there. Look at it like this. If I've got this otter done, we've got 3 more to go. Yay. Three out of 8. I've done. This will be number 5 right here. But we shouldn't have to do much work on touch-ups after this. I mean, that's kind of my goal. I'm trying to eliminate. Because I could just rough this thing out real quick. No, I could do that. Just kind of just scrape it pretty decently and just put some salt on and move on with my life. But I'm not going to do that. Clean this thing up. I'm going to try to get this hide done as fast as possible. Alright, now we're going to go back on this leg right here just like the other one. We're going to hit it with the razor blade. And we're going to take off this membrane is super hard to get off. It's on there, on that leg, real tight spot. So we're going to come in here with surgical precision. We're just going to take it off one swipe at a time. scrape that a little bit. Now we just have small little areas that we have got to address. Alright, this is our last strip right here. We just got to make it down here. We're going to put some salt on this bad boy. What's up, Joe? We got another otter hide. This is number 5 right here. 5th otter. We got 3 more to go. Ain't that something? Hope you're having a good day, Joe. Y'all new to this stream, what kind of animal is that? Welcome, glad you're here. This here is a river otter that is native to Arkansas in the United States. Just finishing, we're getting pretty close to being done with this otter. Getting this last little area cleaned up. We cleaned the tail up first, and then we went and touched up, did a lot of touch-up work on the face. Got it cleared up. We removed the cartilage out of the nose. Cleaned up really good around the ears. We split the lips. We took the lip line out. And we cleaned up around the whiskers. And otters have whiskers freaking everywhere, but especially cleaned up around the whiskers right around the nose, in front of the face, because it's super thick there. And we were pretty careful about that because we didn't want to cut those whiskers out. But we made sure that we got real, we did it really clean. We got it cleaned up real good. How old were you when you started making animal hides? Probably, I had to have been around 12. I think, I don't know if I tanned a squirrel hide or a deer hide first. I didn't technically tan it, I salted them. Then I started doing brain tanning and stuff as I got a little older. And then I started bark tanning. And now I do like, I use synthetic chemicals. And I'm 34 now, so I've been doing it for a little while. Always learning stuff. Always learning. I'm always trying to learn more and more and more about it. of different ways to tan a hide, and just it all depends on what you want. All depends on what you want. So look at that. That there is a fleshed out otter hide. Totally 100% fleshed out. Now, as far as the face goes, you can see a lot of red there. And that's meat. That's what that is. There's traces of meat still around those whiskers. But what I like to do on the face is do a pretty vague job at cleaning it up. This is a decent job. Some people would call this a finished product, and you can. You totally can. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this thing in the pickle, and I'm going to allow that pickle to do what it does. And it's going to break down this, it's going to break down a lot of this membrane and things like that. But can you see these on the face here? This is the bulbs of the whiskers. This is on the side of the face, and look at how many whiskers there are just on the side of the face. See that right there? Maybe I'll put it over my shirt. There we go. All those right here. Thank you. All these right here. If you didn't clean all that up when it dried up, after tanning it and everything, these whiskers would have meat on them, and they're drying, and the meat's pulling and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and these whiskers won't lay back like they naturally do. They can be all over the place. And especially these whiskers up here, they come back slick right across the face. And if you don't do anything with this up here, they can dry and just be all over the place. And that's not a very good look. But an otter has a lot of whiskers on it. So once we take this thing out of the pickle, we will then do the leftover detailed work on this face. But for now, we are done. We've been working on it for quite some time. But it shows because this is fleshed out really, really well. And we're not going to have to come back and do much to it at all once it's pickled. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to add a little bit of water to this. I'm actually going to get some new water. This water is not the cleanest. I'm damping it up a little bit so that the salt, the hide can receive the salt a little bit better. I was about the same age when I started hunting. Heck yeah. I think when I was a little younger when I started hunting, but I'm glad that I was, because that's really what got me into tanning hides. So perfect timing, huh? Sorry, I had to wash this rag off. It was getting a little funky. Hey Joel, are you still there? Let me know. Let me know if you're still there, Joel. Y'all, Joel's a good friend of mine from around here. I know him. So again, just going to get this face nice and wet. Let it slightly hydrate again. I mean, it's not dehydrated, but the outside of the skin is beginning to become dry, and the salt's not going to stick to it like we want it to. We want that salt to absolutely stick to it. I don't think Joe's here. I think Joe may have dipped out on me. Oh well, it's okay. Okay. Here's the fun part. I'm trying to turn this camera around. Alright, so this is where I salt them at. I hang the furs up. I'm doing furs. So these are the other otters that I have done. And I'm just going to keep the salt just hanging up until I get all of them done. So let them dry out. We'll rehydrate them, and we're going to throw them back into the pickle. Basically, you just want to get some salt on and rub it in really well. Over. Same thing this side. Get up in that tail really well. Stack it in there. For just like a few hours, I'm just going to let it remain in this bed of salt. Just so, because it did, it's slightly dried up on it, so I'm going to allow the salt to kind of pull some moisture out. And then I'm going to hang it up like the rest of these. And let me show you. So as you can see, this one was done first. Super dry, super stiff. But it's ready. Ready to start. So this is one I did last night. It's not quite dry yet. But we'll get there. This one was done, Anyway. So this is what we're getting at. We're trying to get them like this. We'll completely rehydrate them. And when you salt them like this, it's super easy to rehydrate them. Just put them on a stretching board and allow them to just air dry. Maybe rubbing some borax on there. You got to go get a rehydrator and a relaxer to make that relaxer bath for them to get them to loosen up again. But with the salt and then turning this white color, you just put in some salt water and add some Dawn dish soap to it, and that'll be your degreaser right there. But yeah, man, that's what we're doing right now. We're trying to get all 8 of these otters, and this guy's got 2 raccoons as well. So we're going to get all of them fleshed, all of them salted, and then once they're all done, I'll put every one of them into a pickle bath together, and they'll be moving forward in the canning process. But we got 5 done so far. We got 3 more left. 3 more otters, and we'll knock those coons out. They're a lot smaller than these otters. These otters are pretty big. This one right here was freaking massive. But anyhow, we'll get it, y'all. Oh, hold on, you guys. All right, so yeah, look, check it out. So all of these back here, this hide's for customers, except for that bison hide. Guys, that bison hide is for sale. All right, this is a big bull bison I did. It's actually for sale right now. You can ship it anywhere, but you got to pay for shipping if you're interested in it. But the rest of them, though, were spoken for. This here is a red fox. I'll just give you a demonstration of how soft it is. Show you the innards on this. Pull it out like that. This right here is totally soft, and they got this tan color to them too, so pretty cool. Just kind of hoping it wouldn't hang up right there, but anyway, all the face work is just so I can make the faces super soft. Turn that nose totally, completely inside out. And you can turn this thing inside out in the face if you really wanted to. Still have a little bit of cleaning up to do on this one, but it is done tanning, totally dry. And then here, here's an axis deer hide. This guy killed him an axis deer hide. He wanted a back road out of it, and we've got it done for him. Super nice. It's gonna be good for him. So still got to de-dust it just a little bit. As you can see with my black shirt, there's still a little bit of dust on there. We're gonna take care of that. And I'm just going to leave it here, but I've got raccoon hide. This here's a bobcat. Super soft. Fox. I've got some coyotes back here. And then here I got in today. I'll just bring this one up here. So I had a guy that goes on these African hunts, and he killed these animals straight up from Africa. These are just capes, like you got the ears here, the nose, mouth, all that. Well, he sent them to a tannery. Okay. He sent them to a tannery, and you can see here they have the tag. He has the tag here, and they've been thinned out. It looks like they've been tanned and all that, but they're hard as a rock, and you don't want them that way. But I'm pretty sure they were supposed to be wet canned and mounted on the cape, slightly damp. But anyway, so he wants me to basically bring them back to life. And I've got like a zebra over there, a couple other ones I'm not sure what they are yet. But so I'm gonna make these soft like that deer hide or like any of these. And so far that's what I got. I don't really keep. I'm not really able to keep a bunch of skins around because they're all, you know, they're brought to me to tan, and then you know, next thing you know, they're all gone. So these freezers over here are full of hides, deer hides, goat hides, things like that. So when I grow up, I will be a trapper. Heck yeah, man, be whatever you want to be. You want to be a trapper, go for it. It's cool stuff, man. Fur's cool. Whatever you're trapping, whatever you're killing, you know, trapping is predator management, you know, nuisance management. There's a lot of animals that suffer from predators not being managed. And I'd rather have a turkey running around than a coyote, you know, or I'd rather have deer than coyotes. I like the fur on coyote. They're obviously not going anywhere, but anyway. But guys, I'm pretty sure that's going to be it. I'm going to take me a break. I may or may not do another live this evening. But I might. So if I do, hope I see you on here. I'll definitely be doing another one tomorrow. So I hope I can see y'all on here. Appreciate y'all watching. I think I'm gonna cut it right here. Thank y'all. Let me see. Oh, I was trying to get out of it slick, but I guess I ain't gonna be able to. By the way, there's my flushing machine. See you later, scrub. Man, I appreciate you talking with me. That's the flushing machine. That's what I use on like bigger hides.